I've been lifting for 5 years now, and to be honest with you, I could probably look a lot better if I avoided the mistakes that I'm about to show you. Today I'm breaking down 5 mistakes that completely stalled my progress. And chances are, you're probably making some of them as well. These are the same patterns I've seen in a lot of people. So if you're training hard and you want to see more results, then watch this video. Oh, and heads up, before mistake number 2, I have a surprise for you. With that being said, let's jump into the first mistake. There used to be this idea in the fitness industry that for you to grow your arms, you just need to do compound lifts. And honestly, I believed it. I believed that by doing bench press, pull-ups, rows, etc., my arms would grow. And to some extent, that's true. Your arms will definitely get a stimulus to grow. But will they grow to their full potential? I don't think so. I don't think anyone with great arms ever built them by just doing compound lifts. And if they did, I really think they just had great genetics to begin with to grow their arms. The reality is no one with elite level got there just with compounds. For the rest of us that don't have these great genetics for growing arms, compound lifts just aren't enough. If you want well-developed arms, you need to target them directly. And for a long time, I didn't do this. I'll just simply throw a few curls or tricep movements at the end of a session without any real focus. I figured they would just grow by doing the compound lifts. But in reality, it's probably one of my worst body parts at the moment. So if you have a weak point in your physique, you need to make sure you isolate it properly. Trust me. There's no way if you have weak arms, just by doing compounds, they'll grow by themselves to the maximum that they can. That's the catch. Your arms will grow anyways, just not to their fullest potential. Same with your legs, same with any type of muscle you have. The same for your legs, the same for any muscle you can think of. Even your calves. You might think your calves are lacking, but that's just simply because you don't train it. Like I said previously, before mistake number 2, I had an offer for you. I'm offering free coaching for the first month to anyone who's interested. Just check the link down in the description and sign up. Mistake number 2. For the longest time, I was obsessed with tweaking my workout routine. I'd start with one split, push-pull legs, upper-lower, full body, even a bro split. I'd get hyped for like a week or 2, and then I'll convince myself that that split wasn't optimal. So I'll tweak it. I'll switch exercises, I'll swap days around, I'll try something new that looked better on paper. I kept chasing this perfection, constantly looking for that one program that would solve everything. But here's what I didn't realize at the time. There is no perfect plan. Every time I did change things, I basically reset my progress. I never fully gave my body time to adapt. Never tracked anything long enough to see any changes. And deep down, I wasn't changing the program because it wasn't working, but because I was being impatient. I thought results needed to come faster. But eventually, I forced myself to pick a solid program and stick with it for at least 6 to 8 weeks. Like I said, at least. And to be honest, I saw more growth in those 6 to 8 weeks than probably in the previous months, considering I was always changing program. The real optimal workout plan is the one you can stick to, you can progress, and you also enjoy. If you're changing things every single week, chances are you're not progressing as fast as you could. Here's the mistake I didn't even recognize for the longest time. Doing way too much and thinking that I was training hard. I used to pack my workouts with everything. 30 sets per muscle group, 15 exercises. I would just do everything in one session. I left the gym exhausted, sore for days, and I thought that meant I was growing, that pain was actually a good thing. But in reality, pain or soreness isn't progress. Real progress is progressing in the gym. Looking back at my logbooks, my numbers weren't moving. Same weight, same repetitions, I was just doing more sets basically. But week after week, I didn't see any progression, meaning I wasn't progressing. If you don't see any progression, you're not progressing. Sounds simple enough, right? I was just trying to survive the workout. Eventually, I cut things down. Fewer exercises, more intention, more focus, and training harder. And that's when I started seeing more results. Progression is what drives muscle growth, not just going to the gym and getting tired for no reason. If your goal is to grow, you have to stop chasing how much you're doing and instead chase the quality of what you're doing. Mistake number 4, and I think this is very common for people who are just starting their lifting journey, whether it's when you're skinny or overweight, and that's not knowing exactly what you eat. See, I always thought I was eating enough because I was getting full after every single meal. Therefore, I thought I was gonna put on weight, but in reality, that didn't happen. It took me years to finally understand how nutrition worked, and it was only when I started tracking my macros and my calories that I understood that actually I wasn't eating enough. And this is a very common problem. If you're just starting your lifting journey, you need to learn what you're eating, whether again it's because you want to lose weight or gain muscle. Chances are you're either undereating or overeating and you don't even realize it. Now, a problem here is people tend to get obsessed sometimes. So try to avoid this obsession. Track for around 2 to 3 weeks so you basically learn how food works. But after that, you can let go of the tracking for a bit. Try to not obsess. It will consume you. A fifth mistake, and this one was the one that took me the longest to learn. I avoided this completely for 4 years. That thing was cardio. I didn't want to lose muscle because I was lifting heavy. And I thought anything outside of lifting weights was just gonna make me slow down my progress. But eventually, I realized something. I was always out of breath. I couldn't finish sets without taking super long rest periods. I was kind of fit from the outside. I looked decent, but inside, I was definitely the opposite. If you want to live a fit and healthy lifestyle, you need to do cardio, no matter what. It's not just about strength, it's also about endurance. If you think cardio will kill your gains, you're wrong. You need to do an absurd amount of cardio for it to kill your gains. And you're just thinking in the short term. You're thinking you just want muscle. But in the long term, when you get older, you'll value your health way more. So if you can take any message from this video, start doing your cardio, please. These 5 mistakes held me back more than anything else. And here's everything I learned from them. You don't need the perfect plan, you need consistency. You don't need to feel crushed every session. You need to progress. You don't need to train more. You need to recover better. And if you're serious and you want to gain muscle or lose weight, you need to track so that you know exactly what you're doing. And if you want to be healthy, you need to do cardio. Your progress is only as real as your data, as your habits. Just like how James Clear says, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your system. Again, I'm offering free coaching, so if you're interested, check out the link in the description. And to finish off, check out this video where I'll teach you the real reasons why you're not getting results.